Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good evening. Good morning and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys all are doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in great spirits, as it should, because another day above the dirt is always a blessing. Let's not forget that, y'all. Let's not forget that. Hopefully you guys are all well. Okay, we got some things we have got to get into. There's a lot going on in this particular case, and it keeps on going. It keeps on trucking, baby. And we got a lot to talk about. There's a lot going on here, guys. Real talk. My word, there's a lot going on. And what's interesting is the information superhighway has just been getting wonky. It's been getting a little crazy out here, guys. Okay? Now, I want to make sure. Can you guys hear me? Hold on. Getting a little crazy out here, guys. Okay? Okay. You guys can hear me. So I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. But anyway, we got quite a bit to talk about, y'all. So please do me a favor as you guys start to pour in. Please do me a solid. Hit that like button down below. Crush that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. If you are watching on these other platforms like Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, Kick, Twitch. Make sure you are subscribed. You hit that reaction button because it helps the show. Helps the channel, okay? Subscribe. Follow. Subscribe here on my YouTube channel, okay? Go to my second channel, The Pascal Show Clips, and my third channel, Pascal Raw. Subscribe to all those channels, please, and thank you. Hit that reaction, or hit that notification bell, Hit that notification bell so you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload, because it is random, okay? Hit that join button down below. Become a member. Support the channel if you can. That'd be greatly appreciated. And, of course, check out PascalMerch.com. We got some really great stuff over there. PascalMerch.com. Don't forget to check it out when you get some time. Okay, guys? But we have got to get into some things. All right? We definitely have got to get into some things. As you guys already know, we are keeping close watch on this whole Emmanuel Auto situation, this case. And I'm telling you right now, it is not getting any better, okay? It's only getting worse. It's only getting worse, y'all. This is not looking good. And it's not looking good, one, because I think we're getting to that place where we're starting to realize that we might not have a positive outcome in regards to finding Emmanuel alive. I hate to say that out loud because but that's a reality that I think we might have to look at. I think that's a reality that we have to have sink in, okay? That we might not see this young boy. He might not be found alive. Here's the other thing too. I want to point this out too. With the way things are going right now, it's very early. So I don't want to be like a negative Nancy about this whole thing, okay? I really don't want to be a negative Nancy about this whole thing, but I also want to be, I still want to sprinkle some reality into this situation. There's still a possibility that we might not even find him, that he might not even be found. Listen, the reason why I say that is because look at the situation that we were dealing with Sebastian Rogers. And I still think about that case. That case still haunts me to this day. I think about that one all the time. Because he's not home. He has not been found. He has not been found alive, or that his remains have been found. We don't know where this kid is, Sebastian Rogers. I'm praying that he's okay. But at this point now, come on now. Let's sprinkle some reality into the conversation, right? Now today is Tuesday? Monday? Wow, I've lost my mind. Okay, But today's Monday. It feels like a Tuesday. Okay, just don't at me. It feels like a Tuesday. But we're at Monday already. And nothing has turned up, at least from what we are hearing. Apparently, there was a new update from police, and the police put out an update basically saying, we're still looking. No big updates. Not like, hey, we found his onesie, or we found his favorite toy, or we are, hot on his trail. We're this close to finding him. Nope. They just said, we're still looking. No information other than that, except for, let's not forget the things that they've been saying over the past couple of days, which is they have not ruled out foul play. And these two mother lovers right here, okay? These two, they are not cooperating with the popo. All we now know is that they have definitely lawyered up. And now we're hearing that apparently homeboy, Jake from State Farm, Jake Auto, the biological father, okay? I call him Jake from State Farm. Sorry. But apparently he's trying to put out a press release to explain the conviction, the charge that he was convicted for when it comes to cruelty to littles. Yeah, I'm not kidding. This is not a drill. This is not a joke. We're not keying, okay? This is not a ha-ha. This is not a hardy-har. He really is reaching out to his lawyers or his lawyer to try to concoct and pen together a statement that he's going to give out to the court of public opinion. Oh my God. All I can say is no. By the way, let me just say this really quick, because this is what, like I said, there's so much information. Okay, like there's gonna be so many. Just so you guys on TikTok, if you follow me on TikTok, by the way, follow me on TikTok. But there's gonna be a lot of TikToks coming out like bang, 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 bang. Trust me, there's so much going on with this trial, or with this case. I'm sorry, which will soon be a trial. But there's so much going on that there's gonna be a lot of quick videos coming out here in a hot minute. So get ready. It's about to get crazy. Okay. So yeah, Gina, okay, on the tubes, just turn off the notification bell and then turn it back on and set it to all. Because if that's what's happening, then that might be the best remedy for you. Okay. Just so you know. But here's the thing. The fact that they're more focused, at least the father, is more focused on caring what the public thinks, that he wants to go call up his esquire and basically go, sir, young esquire, please pen me a good statement to win back the court of public opinions. Well, here's the thing. You know how you're going to win us over? How about you show proof positive that you ain't lying? How about that? How about you use that energy and that time that you're so focused on what everybody thinks of you and actually pour that into finding your son right now? Just saying. Okay, can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Okay? All I'm saying is, now I'm starting to sweat. But all I'm saying is isn't that a little BS? Oh, I need you to write out something so you can explain to the people. See, what had happened was in 2018, see, what had happened was it was all misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? Please understand. Don't hate me, public. Don't hate me. No, focus on trying to find the kid. Don't worry about us. Don't worry about court of public opinion. If you have nothing to worry about, as far as you telling the truth, then you shouldn't be worried about what we think. Okay? But no, that's apparently what's going on. I'm not lying. That's allegedly what's being said in these in these internet streets. And you know for a fact the internet streets be talking, and they've been talking a lot. Have they not? Man, oh man, have they not? We're now starting to understand a lot more information. And I've already talked about a couple of these things where I said, hey, yo, is it true that she had this black eye way before Emmanuel even went missing? Oh, we got some information about that. We're going to look at that here too. We got a statement from her own ex-husband. Oh yeah, it's getting spicy out here. Okay. And of course, we got more information, obviously, that we're going to be getting into in this particular show. So strap in, get ready, get your drinks, your libations, all that stuff. As long as you're not operating heavy machinery, okay, enjoy yourself. Light it if you got it, I guess, okay? But, do it somewhere that is legal. All right? That's all I'm saying, because we're about to go into quite a conversation here tonight. Now, please, guys, if you guys can, don't forget to hit the likes, hit that heart down there below. That'll be greatly appreciated. Don't forget to hit the like button, please, and thank you. Crush it, do what it do. Okay, we got quite a bit to talk about. Don't forget to subscribe, because, of course, we're keeping an eye on this whole situation, and there's a lot to break down. First and foremost, now, one thing I'm going to tell you guys on the TikTok, I'm working on something for you guys, okay, on the TikTok in the future. But for right now, you won't be able to hear this. So I'll explain things as we go through the show, okay? Just so you know, because I know some of y'all are going to be like, I can't hear Pascal. Don't worry. I'm going to try to give you as much information as we continue, okay? As we proceed, apparently, allegedly, this is the 911 call that was made by the mama reporting Emmanuel being missing. Let's take a listen.
Oh my God, my kid brother's been shot. I think it was an Asian gang or something. I saw someone, he looked Asian, and he was speaking another language. I'm pretty sure it was Asian.
That is very, just so you know, I know you can't hear it. But like I said, if you want to hear it, hop on over to YouTube, okay? I'm on the YouTube. We're listening to it live over there. Like I said, I'm working on something so that you guys can hear everything in here in the near future, okay? Because I'm seeing you guys really, you guys are tuning in on the TikTok as well, okay? But I'm just letting you know that apparently was the 911 call. I'm going to play one more time because that sounds insane, right?
Oh my God, my kid brother's been shot. I think it was an Asian gang or something. I saw someone, he looked Asian, and he was speaking another language. I'm pretty sure it was.
Now, that's the thing. Like, that's the one thing I'm like, still kind of curious as to like I said, that's very weird. I don't think that is it, to be honest. I think that is a fake 911 call. My bad. Let's continue though. So we got some news here. All right. No, it's not. I think it's a clip from a movie. I think that's a fake 911 call. And of course, there's trolls out here. There's fake stuff out here all the time, which is really frustrating. But let us move on. All right. We still have some other information here, though, too. Okay. Some real news, some real information. Now, one thing is for sure. I played this for you guys in this other previous video, and I do want to share this with you guys as well. Now, and just talk about it. First off, there are a lot of TikTokers that are boots on the ground. Okay. Yeah. Boots on the ground. Okay. Now, the thing is there's so much information that has been like, oh, it's not true. It's been debunked. It's not real, so on and so forth. But now we're hearing other pieces of information that's saying maybe the information that's out here that has spread out might very well be true. Now, one thing is for sure. We heard, and I talked to you guys about this in another video, okay? There's real talk. There's another cops went back to the house, okay? And of course, we got to take this with a grain of salt, okay? But allegedly, they went back to the house, the police, trying to get security cam footage, because now we're understanding, all right? Now we're understanding that the house is covered in security cams, okay? So the cops go back to the house. Yes, they did have a search warrant, and that's what they've been doing. They had the cadaver dogs. They found apparently red, if you get what I'm saying, red in the house. Cadaver dogs were in there. There were searches like crazy. But now they went back yesterday, okay, trying to get footage from the security cams that are in their house. And the security cam footage was deleted. Yes. No lie, guys. No lie. That stuff was deleted. And what's also crazy is that a lot of these new devices, right? They all go up to the cloud. You can get them saved on hard drives. You can do a lot of stuff with these security cams, okay? But one thing you can do is get backups sent to the cloud. Do you realize how much work you have to do to go into the cloud, log into the cloud, and then find it and then delete that stuff? You have to physically do that stuff. It's not like it's something where they go, oh, corrupt files, or oh, the security cameras are there just for show. No. They exist because the footage does exist, but then for some odd reason, okay, some odd reason, they're saying, oh yeah, we don't have the footage anymore. It's been deleted. How does that happen? Okay. And that's the other thing too, Groovy. I said that in my video when I talked about this initially. It's like you have to even. Do you know how many? Unless you have the same password for every single thing, which I don't recommend. That's the dumbest thing on planet Earth. Okay, it could be very hazardous to your digital health. Okay, and your digital security. All right. You realize how hard it is to be like, baby, what was this? What was the login? What was the password? Do you remember it? Was it with an apostrophe and an @ sign or what? I don't remember. I don't even remember what the username was. Do you? Was that a 6 and a 9, or was that a 9 and 6? No? Which one? Now I got to go online, send the thing, can't remember password, to my email. Then I got to verify that it's me. Then I got to get a text message with the phone, with the code to verify it's my ass. Then I got to go over there, change the whole password all over again, get the verification in the text message. Then it sends me an email to verify the password. And then I finally get into the damn cloud. You see what I'm saying? So you got to do a lot of work, especially if you forgot your password. So yeah, put it somewhere safe. Your passwords, okay? Please and thank you. But at the end of the day, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Those days where you just have that brain fart, you're like, was that all uppercase? Or was it every other letter is a lower case? I don't remember. You know what I mean? So they went all out of their way to go into the cloud to physically delete the footage. That is a massive deal. All right? Massive deal. Now, of course, just going to play a little bit of this for you guys so you guys can hear this for yourself. And this is coming from Murder by Nature podcast. All right. She's been getting a lot of verification on a lot of things. And so I want to share this so you guys can hear this. Of course, I did this in the video or in my pop-up video. I reacted to it all. So I'm just going to play the first like 30 seconds of it so you guys can hear it so we can keep moving on because there's a lot of coverage today. Let's go.
I wanted to come on here because I have some insider information from someone that is close to someone on the Ucaipa Police Department. And they have released to me in my inbox that the parents did decline a polygraph test on Friday before they released the inconsistencies in their stories. And it is also stated to them from this insider that the parents did have cameras surrounding their property, but when police went to go collect the footage was gone.
There it is. Okay. Just so you guys can hear it. Now, that's a very, very big deal. I know you guys don't hear it. I'm going to explain it to you. She says, hey, one, it's very much confirmed that they were asked to do, the police asked them to do a polygraph test. They declined. There's some reports that are out here saying that the wife, that Rebecca, was willing to do a polygraph. And then Jake from State Farm swooped in. And that's when he said, no, we need a lawyer. Before you do any of that, we need a lawyer. Which is weird, okay? If you ain't done nothing wrong, you don't need a lawyer right out the gate. Now, I get it. I understand. Having a lawyer does not automatically mean an admission of guilt. But if you got somebody who's like, no, I can't do, we just need to stop the interview because I need to find my son. Because they're asking her, sweetheart, there's so many inconsistencies in your story. You say you have this black eye from the guy who gave it to you. He said, hola, into the face, right? But that looks kind of old. That bruise looks old. You sure? You sure? A guy tapped you on the shoulder, said, hola, and then knocked you the out? You sure? Can we? I just need to find Emmanuel. I can't right now. I just can't. But then they go, okay, fine. Can you at least just sit down? That's fine. Are you just cool? Because there's, like I said, there's some things that you're saying that we need some more clarity on. Can you just do you mind doing a lie detector test? And in comes Captain Saberho, Jake from State Farm. Woof. No, we need a lawyer up, right? Sus as hell. But now you got law enforcement going all the way over there. They've been back and forth, have they not? There's a lot of footage of people, I'm out there, boots on the ground. We are hearing boots on the ground a lot now. We're back in that conversation again. And no shade to that. I'm just saying it's funny. That is, we need another phrase other than just boots on the ground. You see what I'm saying? Is there another phrase other than like, we out here? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? We out here. We out here in these streets. Instead of just boots on the ground all the damn time. But anyway, boots on the ground out there covering all this stuff. And we've been seeing law enforcement in and out quite a bit. Okay? Quite a bit. So they go back and they go, sup, man? So can we get that security camera footage? Sorry, it's gone. Oh, sugar. I hit factory reset on my cloud. And yeah, all that stuff is gone. Sorry, bro. Sus. But they're too busy focusing on one thing. Trying to make Jake from State Farm look like a good guy. Weird, right? Mind you, I want to remind you before we continue on, here's something that I want to make this I want this to soak all the way down to your plums. Okay? I want to make this abundantly clear. There are no searches going on for Emmanuel outside of law enforcement doing their due diligence. Let me repeat that again. there are no volunteers out there trying to find little Emmanuel. There was a search group foundation, Uvalde Foundation, that was supposed to show up with reward money as well. They were going to go boots on the ground. Okay. They're going to be out here in these streets looking for this little kid. And they were going to have a reward, $5,000 for anyone with any information or who can find young Emmanuel, right? Oh, they packed up all that stuff and they gone. They said, deuces. They chucked up the deuces and they gone, baby. Why? Why would they be gone? How dare they, right? How dare they leave when there's a 7-month-old baby missing out there, right? But no, there's a reason why they're not there anymore. There's a reason why they chucked up the Chris Brown. The deuces, because they're lying. That's it. There's no more, we're going to table these speculations and these theories. Okay, we're going to set them on the side because we're trying to be respectful of the victim and the No, they lying. They lying. That's it. You got police out the gate saying inconsistencies in their story. What else do you need? I don't know why I sounded like Amistad. Give us a free, but you know what I mean. They lying. We don't need to be nice anymore. That Band-Aid been ripped off days ago. At first it was like, we gonna table it. We gonna be kind and table it. We just gonna set it aside. It's a big table. It's like a whole lot. It's like Thanksgiving. All these different theories out here. So we just gonna set that plate to the side because we need to check and make sure we get through the first course of our meal. Okay, before we get into dessert. Okay, no, we on the dessert. We skipped all of this Thanksgiving dinner. We go straight to the sweet potato pie. Okay. Sorry. Not sorry. Because they're lying. So let's get into this, okay? Because we got a whole lot. We got so much to look into, my loves. Okay. So much to look into. And actually, somebody said on TikTok, which I haven't gotten a chance to react to this. Somebody on TikTok stitched one of my videos, right? And thanks, guys, for watching my videos on TikTok. I appreciate it. I hope you guys are entertained, okay, and informed. Now, somebody said, "Where's Nancy Grace?" That's what I'd like to know too. Where is Nancy Grace? I would love to see Nancy Grace on this case. Okay, she's the GOAT. Come on now, we all know that she is the GOAT. Okay. Seriously. I'm wondering where she at because I'd love to see her cover this case. She covers this case. Oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So bring them on the show. Do what you did with Sebastian Rogers, please. Get the parents on the show. Make them fumble the ball live in Technicolor. I would pay to see that. Actually, I don't put a paywall on it. Just give it to us for free. Okay? But I would love to see that because for a fact Nancy Grace don't play. We already know that. Okay? She the GOAT. She the GOAT. Okay? So where's Nancy? She needs to talk about this too, dag nabbit. Dag nabbit. Okay? And I will be right there. We will be watching it. Okay? Popcorn and everything. Not popcorn. I don't really like popcorn. But you know what I'm saying. Okay? Let's effing go. Nancy Grace. Let's go. Yeah, no paywall, Caddy. Don't do me like that. Okay? Don't do us like that. We want to see it. We want to see the fall in person. And then yes, Ashley Banfield. Let's not forget Ashley Banfield. Is she on it? If she is, that's dope. Because I would love to see her do it too, right? Cover this stuff, get them on the show too, because for a fact she don't play. She's kinder, okay? She's kinder. That's the Canadian in her. You know what I'm saying? I'm kidding. But she's kinder. She's much kinder, right? You know how it is. Like Nancy Grace don't play. Ashley Banfield is, she's kinder. She's sweeter, right? But, you need both. You need both vibes, right? But I would kill to see that, right? We need to see that for sure. But nonetheless, that's another conversation in itself, okay? One thing is for sure, there's some information from this law and crime video in the very beginning of this that I think we need to see for ourselves, okay? We got to check it out. And yes, guys, please don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, etc. That'll be greatly, greatly appreciated. Shout out to Law and Crime for this information. They are saying something here that some people are saying that is not true. But why would Law and Crime say it? Take a listen.
A story that has people across the country asking what happened to Emmanuel Haro. And now police say his parents may be lying.
I got him out of the car seat and I laid him down and so I could get his diapers ready. And somebody said, "Hola," and that's all I remember.
I'm sorry. I can't watch that without like wanting to vomit in my mouth. Sorry, guys. They're right off the bat. They're showing a video of Rebecca trying to force cry. Okay. You know what I mean? So it's just gross. You know what I'm saying? It's now lies. We've been known that. And it sucks because, like we're good people. We're all good people. Now we're just angry. But in the very beginning, when you saw this, you tell me if you guys didn't feel a little bit bad for not believing it right out the gate. You know how it is. You're like, but now I feel bad because like, I don't believe her, but I feel bad because I don't believe her, but I don't believe her, but I don't believe her. And I feel like I feel bad because I'm supposed to believe her, but I don't believe her. You see what I'm saying? But I don't feel bad about it anymore. Now I'm just sick to my stomach because I feel like this is fake news. Okay.
This video per KABC of his mom speaking to television cameras after she claimed she was attacked and her son was abducted. Here's what the baby's dad said, looking straight into the camera.
And even Law and Crime don't believe him. Okay? You're already hearing it. They don't believe him. They're like, and even the dad is saying it straight into the camera, pleading to the camera to believe them and to find this young boy, right? Sheesh.
Took our son. Please give him back.
But now
I am waiting for there shouldn't be, but when it feels like they're doing like their best, like they're trying to do their best, like Denzel Washington moment. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to cosplay as a victim. Yes, I said that. They're trying to cosplay as a victim. They're cosplaying, right? This is community theater. This is high school theater. In fact, no, this is grade school theater. Okay? There's no tears. Okay? They don't even know what their motivation is. They're just winging it. But they're still trying to get that Oscar-winning performance. Yet they're doing grade school acting. I'm broccoli. You know what I mean? I'm a vegetable. I'm good for your health. You eat me and you'll feel strong. Thank you, mommy. Hi, mommy. Hi. You know what I mean? It's that kind of acting. It's terrible. It's trash.
law enforcement in Southern California say they can't rule out foul play, and they are having a hard time trusting what these two parents are saying now that the 7-month-old child is still missing and mom and dad have reportedly lawyered up. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. and they told us why they stopped helping in the search for this 7-month-old boy. I'll get to that in just a moment, but let's talk about why law enforcement are having a hard time believing Emmanuel's parents. Here's a picture of the 7-month-old child. We first learned his name Thursday night.
Hold
his
on,
mom
guys.
called
1
police from
second.
a strip mall, and she had a terrifying story about what she said just happened.
I got him out of the car seat
We got to relive this crap again.
and I laid him down and so I could get his diapers ready. And somebody said, "Hola," and that's all I remember.
I'm being dead ass. Why hola? It could have been anything else. Why hola? Why hola? Why not konnichiwa? Why not privyet? Why not sup do? Why not mazel tov? Why hola of all things? Maybe she was trying to do that trafficking. Maybe. But yeah, why not aloha? They're only a couple hours away from Hawaii, right? Crazy.
That video per KABC TV. The mom's name is Emmanuel Haro. She has that shiner under her right eye. She says she got the black eye in this strip mall parking lot in Yucaipa, California. She said she was there because she was at her other son's football game Thursday night. They needed to get something from the Big 5 sporting goods store. But when she was in the parking lot, young Emmanuel, just 7 months old, needed his diaper changed. And while she was doing that, someone came up and attacked her. Here's what she told KTLA.
I was gonna get the diaper and somebody said, "Hola," and I didn't see nothing since. I woke up right here on the floor and I didn't see Emmanuel.
Now she claims.
I just feel like, okay, of course they're breaking down like why the story, the origin story, what happened, how he disappeared. She says, she turned around. She heard somebody say, hola. She turned around. She got knocked the hell out. And then she came to. She fell on the floor. She came to, and baby was gone. Okay. But one thing's for sure. I got to roll this back. I'm sorry, just for a second, because there's a piece here that I think is very important. It's right about here. But I wanted you guys to hear a little bit of this backstory. But, we look at Jake. Doesn't it give you a vibe like he's like, damn, she's doing a good job? Doesn't it give you a vibe like, wow, okay, she's really selling it? Yeah, she's selling it. Because in this video, they're holding hands, okay? In this video, they're holding hands and all that stuff. It clearly, to me, feels like, yeah, they're doing a great job. They're doing a fantastic job. He's like, dang, good job. Yeah, girl, sell that. Sell it. I'm holding your hand. We're going to act like grieving parents. Scared, terrified parents. Damn, girl, you selling the hell out of this. Have you done acting in your life? We should have gone to Hollywood. With all this is good, girl. Keep going. They're believing us. No one is. But that is for sure. She barely looks at the camera or at the reporter when she keeps on talking about, and then I turn around and I just heard him say hola, and I fell to the ground and I woke up and he just wasn't there no more. Okay. You still lying like a mug. The body language says so much, and I don't need to be a body language expert. Okay, we don't even need to be detectives in this mug. It don't make sense. And their story is falling apart very quickly. Let's continue on.
Little Emmanuel was gone. Now, at that point, deputies started searching the area. This is happening an hour east of Los Angeles. But this story, which, if it actually happened, is a parent's worst nightmare, appears to be falling apart. Over the weekend, San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputies released a statement, and they said that they found inconsistencies in the mom, Rebecca's story. And when they pushed her about that, they say she stopped talking to them. Now,
so they interrogated her, they asked her questions, They quickly, as we've already heard, found inconsistencies in her story, which we've heard a billion times before. And then she cut the interview short because she was looking like Boo Boo the Fool and she didn't want to get in trouble. And of course, panic was probably washing over her, being like, oh, damn, I'm about to get got.
On top of that, the Uvalde Foundation for Kids, which is a national nonprofit, it advocates for children. They were helping in the search for Emmanuel when this story first broke. They were
Okay. Now, this part is very important. Now, I just explained to you guys the Uvalde Foundation for Kids were supposed to go into get involved. They're supposed to get all up in the search and the reward money for finding Emmanuel Auto. But then they packed up all their things and they left. Now, we've heard a statement from them basically echoing what the police have said, because they said, hey, there's inconsistencies in the story, and the police have even said that there's inconsistencies in her story, right? But there's more. There's more that they say, and it explains so much more. So let's take a listen.
Offering reward money as well. But in light of this news from law enforcement, they are no longer helping in the search. Lawandcrime.com reached out to the nonprofit, and this is what they told us. Quote,
here it is.
We are receiving information that Emmanuel was not even reported to have been seen at the football game. The mother alleged they were all at, as an eyewitness report, that the mother's apparent bruise acquired during the attack at the Big Five was in fact acquired previous to the incident. We're
What they say? Hold on, I'm gonna rewind that for all y'all in the nosebleed seats. Don't worry about that. We playing nothing but the hits today. None but the hits. Okay. Play that one more time.
We are receiving information that Emmanuel was not even reported to have been seen at the football game. The mother alleged they were all at, as an eyewitness report, that the mother's apparent bruise acquired during the attack at the Big Five was in fact acquired previous to the incident. We're awaiting further confirmation from law enforcement. All of these, coupled with our previous notes, have led to our decision.
Okay. Big freaking deal. Don't worry. I'm going to read this to you guys too, for those of y'all in the nosebleed seats or on the TikToks. Let me explain to you what is being said. Okay. They asked representatives from the Uvalde Foundation for Kids. They asked them, why are they leaving? Right? Why did you pick up and kick rocks? That doesn't make any sense. Especially after they made their statement. They reached out to the representatives of the group, of this foundation, and they said this. Let me just repeat it for everybody, okay? So we can just really just, say it again and put some stank on it, okay? It says, we are receiving information that Emmanuel was not reported to have been seen at the football game. That's number one. Numero uno. Hola. Now, apparently, this is what she alleged, okay, that they were all at as eyewitness reports say that the mother's apparent bruise acquired during the actual attack at the Big Five sporting goods store was in fact acquired previous to the incident. So in other words, they're saying, hey, we've seen the black eye way before she was attacked at Big Five. Yeah. Eyewitnesses are saying that they saw her with that bruise before she even left to go to Big Five. But they also say that they did not see Emmanuel out there in the, playing around with the kids or even in the car or anything like that. There was no sign of Emmanuel Auto. Those are massive pieces of information. We are awaiting, let's continue with the statement. We are awaiting further confirmation from law enforcement. All those coupled with our previous notes have led to our decision. So in other words, they're going, they lied. They straight up lied. And hey, let's be real. The Shiner is old. People saw the Shiner way before it. No one saw Emmanuel when she was at this football game. There are so many inconsistencies in what she is saying. It is bad. Boom goes the dynamite. Need I say more? In other words, they lie. Oh, they lie. They most definitely mother-loving lie. Okay? So yes, they're saying baby was not seen at the game. The kid is nowhere to be seen. They do not know where he is. And now we have that report, and that's coming from Law and Crime, and they don't play either. They do not play. Okay? They don't. Now, I got to remind you, there's a massive search going on still. They're still looking. Law enforcement is. From my understanding, nobody, as far as volunteers and whatnot, no one's going out of their way trying to find this young boy. Why? Because they're lying. There's no point. There's no point in trying to put in the effort, countless hours sweating your butt off, if law enforcement feels like foul play is still on the table. And also, you got to remember, it's not like the parents are going out of their way trying to get information, trying to find their son. If you notice, we haven't seen them out. It's not like they keep going back to Big Five and having a camp out and trying to conduct searches for everybody and all that stuff. Think about that for a second. It's not like that. They're not doing that. Have you not noticed that? They're not going up every day and being like, I need to find my son. They're not starting YouTube channels. They're not starting Facebook groups. They're not doing anything. They're just chilling in their home, awaiting for when the cops come, busting down their door and arresting them both. That's all they're doing right now. Which it's only a matter of time that that's going to actually happen, because it's coming. Oh, justice is coming. And it's coming. Hopefully a lot sooner than we actually think. We got more. 1 second, guys. We've got a whole lot more. All right. But I'm telling you right now, I'm really hoping some things start coming out here quickly. Because I don't know about you, but I'm getting frustrated. Okay. Real quick, just a reminder. Oh, actually, you know what? Before we go into there, I'm going to get straight into the ex-husband. Okay. Actually, I'm not going to go into ex-husband. Let me do this article first. Okay. Because now we're getting from other reports basically saying, of course, the things that we have been talking about so far, that canines have been deployed. Okay. The home has been searched as this search starts to intensify. So canine units have been deployed and the Haro family home searched as investigators intensify efforts to locate 7-month-old Emmanuel, who remains missing following his reported taking in Yucaipa. So according to an August 18th update from the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, investigators have conducted extensive searches in Yucaipa and Cabazon in recent days. A large quantity of surveillance footage from areas of interest is under review. Not the footage from their home, but from areas of interest. Okay, because we've seen security cameras from across the streets and all that stuff. Okay, and I'm telling you right now, they probably are seeing that this woman probably pulled up to that place, sat in the car for a little while, and then ran out frantically because she did not have that boy. That there's no taking situation. The kid was never taken out in that parking lot. Okay, we'll talk. So again, but still they have surveillance footage, so I'm sure they see that this woman is lying. Okay. And we already know that what they say is that he was taken on August 14th. So this past Thursday, only 4 whole days ago. Okay. Just a quick reminder of that. Despite a search involving deputies and canine teams from both San Bernardino and Riverside counties, Emmanuel has still not been found. Due to the suspicious nature of the report, the Sheriff's Specialized Investigations Division assumed control of the case. Investigators interviewed several individuals, including the parents, Jake from State Farm, and Rebecca. So, authorities noted inconsistencies in Rebecca's account, and she later declined to continue the interview after being confronted because they're saying, I'm sure, like what we heard from the Uvalde Foundation for Kids, which is massive, that, hey, people were saying, wait, hold on, whoa, orale. You mean to tell me that she said she got the black eye from outside? She received that from a dude? No, cabron. I saw her. She had that thing on her face. That's exactly way before at the football game. That's exactly what happened. I guarantee you. Okay? Real talk. And that's why they're like, wait a second. They said that you had the bruise at the football game, sweetheart. So why you fronting? Why you capping right now? And that's when she's like, I need to go find my son. You know what I mean? And then Jake from State Farm swooped in. You know what I mean? It is giving Carly Russell. Woo! It is most definitely giving Carly Russell. Definitely giving Carly Russell. Sans nice red Mercedes and Sans lace front. Oh, and white baby on the side of the highway. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot about that part. I'm sorry. It's Carly Russell for me. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I'm sorry. It's the white baby on the side of the road. Come on, that kills me every time. Oh, and the Cheetos. It's the Cheetos, man. And the granola bars. Oh boy. And the balding redhead dude that was playing with her hair. Come on. That was funny. That was hilarious. This isn't funny, but that was hilarious. Where is she now? So jacked up. She said, I saw a white baby on this. I'm sorry. She said, I saw a white baby on the side. She had a whole lace front just on the floor, on the ground. Oh, good God. Oh, you guys are killing me. I'm sorry. That is, I'm going to cry. Woo! It's funny. But, oh man, somebody said, who on TikTok? That is just, Sheil on TikTok. If you don't know who Carly Russell is, just look it up. It is everything. That was a story that was a gift that kept on giving. That was pure comedy the entire time. Not in the beginning, but near the end. Her Google searches, I can't even talk. Her Google searches, like she was looking up taken. Come on, y'all. Like the moment before she disappeared, come on. That was, yes, this is giving me Carly Russell vibes, except what's so sad about this one is that we really do have a kid missing. We have a missing kid gone, right? So this is not comical. This is really jacked up. And I hope the kid is alive, but man, I guess we're going to see, right? It all started with Ola. Real talk. Crazy. But Carly Russell, if you need a good laugh, I got plenty of videos on that on my YouTube. Okay. Take a trip down memory lane. It was insane. Okay. One thing I will say about this too, before we continue about this case, we're not on Carly Russell, but one thing I'm kind of curious about is Why hasn't there been a press conference? Have you noticed that there hasn't really been a press conference at all? Anybody notice that? And Jade, you ain't wrong. Also, why no Amber Alert? Because she didn't see anything. She didn't see a car. She didn't see the assailant. It's weird, that part. It's because she lied, right? But one thing is for sure, it'd be really nice to get a press conference here on and popping, because I know a lot of us want to know what the hell's going on, and we all want the truth and transparency out here, and we ain't got not a damn thing, which is crazy. So hopefully they do that sometime soon. But we got to talk a little bit about Jake from State Farm, okay? Just a quick reminder. He does have a history of violence. He has a history of violence. Let me repeat that one more time. He has a history of violence. He was locked up. He was also serving a probation. He was in the middle of that, but then he violated that probation because of a weapons charge. He had a possession of weapons charge, okay, while he was on this 48-month probation, okay? Hence the reason why at the top of this coming month, he was supposed to have a probation violation hearing at the top of this month. But I don't think he's going to be making that one either, because he's going to be in jail for doing what he did to his part in the disappearance of his son. Let's be real. But just so you know, Riverside County Superior Court records show Emmanuel Auto, Jake from State Farm, was convicted in June of 2023 of felony child cruelty related to a 2018 arrest in Hemet. He was sentenced to 180 days in jail and 48 months of probation. He is scheduled to appear in court in early September, so just in a few weeks, for an illegal probation violation, or for an alleged probation violation. In other words, he had a weapons charge. He's on probation. He's not supposed to have a weapon. He's a convicted felon, by the way. He's not supposed to have any type of weapons on his body, and he was caught with one. That's a violation right off the bat. That's why he was going to go early September for a probation violation hearing. Okay? A relative stated that investigators asked Rebecca to take a polygraph test. Apparently, she agreed to do it. But then Jake from State Farm came in and said, no, we need legal counsel before you do this lie detector test. Now, here's the other thing that's also very interesting. It has been confirmed that the sheriff's department did take a 2-year-old child who was taken from the family to protective custody by Riverside County Child Protective Services. Why? Here's the only reason why I think this is happening. Is because they lie, guys. It's because they lied. And now there's a potential of them, of a child being in danger, and was in danger at the hands of these parents. So clearly, I can see why the cops were like, well, we need to take them. Sorry, we don't trust you anymore. You're not telling us any truths. You're not willing to cooperate with us. So therefore, we got to keep it moving. And we got to protect whoever is in this home. And it happened to be a 2-year-old child. I also heard that there was another kid that apparently there was 2 kids that were taken. Okay. But I don't have any confirmation of that. But we do know that a 2-year-old child was taken into protective custody, ripped from the hands of the Autos. Why? Because they have a kid out there that's missing. They're not willing to participate or cooperate with police. This kid is in danger. And they're the prime suspects, guys. They are definitely the prime suspects. So of course they're going to take that kid, because you never know. Jake might flip out again and do something bad. Look at what he did. Possibly. My theory is that he flipped out. He hurt not only just Emmanuel, he hurt Rebecca. That's what I truly think. I think the black eye, the shiner that she's got, and Emmanuel's disappearance is connected. That's what I truly think. I think he did something. He lost control. Little boy lost his life. She got a shiner. Then he turned to her and he said, "You're going to follow what I say. We're going to come together with a plan and a story, and you're going to stand right next to me this entire time. You're going to take this car. You're going to drive off. You're going to go to this store. You're going to say somebody took the kid and knocked you out." But they took time. They allegedly say, this is the other thing, that this shiner was seen way before the football game. Okay? Way before the football game. Let me remind you guys. We just heard from Long Crime say that. Long Crime said that there were people, eyewitnesses saying, well, one, Emmanuel wasn't at the game. Two, she was rocking that shiner at the football game. That's it. So if this happened and they say that they saw her on security camera, which we are going to talk about and talk about that this TikTok that I did earlier today or yesterday, I don't remember anymore. But anyway, we talked about how another TikToker says that he saw security cam footage of Rebecca rocking a fresh shiner, walking into a store in this security cam footage on August 3rd. Now, if the shiner and what happened to Emmanuel are connected, then Emmanuel has been missing since August 3rd. And they've been thinking for the past 11 days what they were going to do with their story. So they had at least 11 days to sit there and think and start plotting. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that, oh, she's a victim, Rebecca's a victim, and we must protect her at all costs. No, she's just as bad as Jake, because she made the decision to go with this story and lie as well and help cover up the tracks and all that stuff. But they've had plenty of time to move Emmanuel. God forbid I'm even saying this, but this is just my theory. To move him far away, far enough away. How about that? They've had enough time to erase security cam footage. They've had enough time to plot out a story. And then, of course, they did it. But what's unfortunate is that she still was walking around here rocking that black eye, and people saw that all the way up until the football game, before she walked over there, drove over to Big Five and said, "Oh my God, where's Emmanuel?" That's just my theory. I think he lost his mind. He got violent again, like he always does. That's what I truly think. Maybe Rebecca was trying to protect Emmanuel. We don't know. But she caught one or two. Emmanuel got hurt or worse. And then he said, "You listen to me. You are going to do exactly what I say." And of course, she's trapped. She's a prisoner in her own home in this relationship with this man who is volatile and violent as hell. That is for sure. Okay? That still doesn't excuse what she is involved in. But I truly think that he's the one who did this to this little boy. That's truly what I think. Okay. And hopefully more information will come out here soon. Now, here's something else. Ex-husband of Emmanuel's mama, Rebecca, speaks out. Yes. And he says, he insists only she knows truth. As story on 7-month-old's taking changes. It has been changing. It's been changing. Okay. It's going through changes. You know what I mean? It's been going through a lot of changes. It has been. Okay. For real. Okay. Ride the Guy, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Reminds me of that scene in A Christmas Story when Ralphie fake cries after stepping on his glasses and tries and lies about an icicle. Oh, almost hitting him in the eye. Yeah. That classic scene. Yep. It does give off that vibe for sure. Right. Anytime I see that video of her just like fake crying. And of course, Susan Smith, is that the girl's name? I just saw the video of Susan Smith because a lot of people keep on cross-referencing Susan Smith, right? And in Susan Smith's interview, oh my word, it is creepy. She has no soul. She doesn't even give a there's not one tear coming out of that woman's eyes. She's like, yeah, I was right there in that intersection. And this man came right up. He had a weapon on him. And I just said, can I just at least take my kids out the car? And he said no. And so I just, I had to get out the car. And he just took the car with the kids in it. I just don't know. I just don't know what happened. I tell you what, I don't know what happened. I'm like, damn, she doesn't care. There was no acting. She didn't even try. No emotions whatsoever with that woman. Holy cow, that was terrible. Okay, that's Susan Smith. Okay, she didn't even try. She didn't even try. Okay, but now we got to get into this interview or this conversation of the ex-husband speaking out. And the ex-husband or the exes always keep it spicy. Do they not? Let's get into it. Oh my, oh my. My, oh my, oh my. So they said the investigation into the alleged taking of a 7-month-old boy took a new twist as the ex-husband of the child's mother has insisted only she knows the truth. I gotta hit the dun dun dun. So she told authorities that she was changing. We already know about this story. Lies, 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 lies. So let's continue on. All right. Like, she really trying to sell that. You see that photo? She really trying to sell that story. He hit me in the eye. You know what I mean? He said, hola. I turned around, see, and I got hit in the face. And I woke up and he was gone. She allegedly told deputies with the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office that she was changing his diaper. Then the man came up from behind her and said, hola, which, by the way, they said that means hello in Spanish. They're bilingual. They're very proud of that. Moving on. The 41-year-old mother, she 41? Damn! Said the suspect allegedly, we don't need it. Wow, heifer. Said the suspect allegedly attacked her from behind, knocking her unconscious before she was able to turn around. Otto told deputies that she had no recollection of anything that followed, except that when she regained consciousness, Emmanuel was gone. So her husband, Jake, and her mother, Mary, spoke briefly to news outlets and urged the public to help find the toddler, which they haven't really been doing that much about. They haven't really been doing that. Okay. They haven't really said much. Okay. Now, everybody's been quiet, but moving on. She says, I got him out of the car seat. I'm sorry. I laid him down so I can get his diapers ready. And somebody said, hola. That's all I remember. I saw white. So this is what she said. Okay. And then she had a noticeable fading, healing black eye that's been at least a week old. Okay. which is probably a week and a half old now, or, since the time that she actually did get that shiner. She says, I fell on the floor, and as soon as I got up, I couldn't find my son. Whoever took our son, please bring him back. This is what Jake said. All right. However, in the days following the boy's alleged taking, investigators with the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office have determined inconsistencies like we already know. I'm trying to blaze through this so we can get straight to the meat and potatoes. Okay. So investigators interviewed multiple individuals, including Emmanuel's parents, Jake and Rebecca. Okay. During those interviews, Rebecca was confronted about inconsistencies, which we already know. Now, mother's ex-husband speaks out. In the days following little Emmanuel's disappearance, troubling details have emerged about Jake's criminal records, as well as Otto's life as a mother of 5 other children. She has 5 of them. 6 if you count Emmanuel. So where are the other 5 kids? Are they with Jake and his kids? Or no? Otto's ex-husband, who asked not to be named, told the U.S. Sun, the article we're reading here, he did not know his ex-wife remarried and had another son. Say what? Say word? Word? He didn't know? He really didn't know? Like, I get it, you know what I mean? You get married, and then you divorce and you separate and then you move on, right? But you just sired children. You sired 5, at least 4 other children with this man. And he don't even know that you got married again and had children? Say word? Okay. The man said he and Otto have been separated for years following an 11-year marriage. That's a long time to be together, and for you not to know that your kids have a stepbrother, like a half brother somewhere. Don't you think that's kind of important to know? Or that's just me? That's messed up. Our relationship was normal. Your normal relationship. We were married for 11 years and dated for about 15. That's a long time. That's what the ex-husband said. We got 2 daughters. They're grown. They're over 18 already. I don't know anything about her new husband, only what I've read on the news. I haven't talked to her in years. I didn't even know she had a son until the news came out. The man wished for a positive outcome in the search for Otto's son, adding, when a kid goes missing, it's pretty shocking. You never wish that on a baby. Then you find out that it goes missing like that out of nowhere. I don't know. I don't know. It's heartbreaking. I don't know what to think about that. Only she knows the truth. I hope the police find the baby. I think that's what everybody wants out of this, obviously. So you mean to wow. So she got married. They were together for 15 years. Then they had babies together. Then they got divorced. And then she went off and married somebody else and had another baby. And he didn't even know at all that she remarried or that she even had another child. So he only found out about this until just recently. What does that say to you? What does that say to you? That could translate into so many different things. But it sounds like to me, she's trapped. That the only man she's allowed to have contact with is Jake. That's how I'm translating it. Think about this. She's not having any communication with her ex-husband, who also is the father of her other kids. She's not having a relationship with her kids. So that family that she grew and sired with this previous marriage doesn't exist anymore. Now it's just Jake's kids and the kid that they made together, and that's it. Think about it. Think about it. It is full on control. Like I said, I'm not justifying anything. I'm not trying to be like, oh, we should feel bad for her because she's a victim and we need to say, but she clearly could very well be a victim or a prisoner in her own home. That's how I'm translating this. That's how I'm translating this. And or she's just crazy and doesn't give a damn about her children. That's the other thing you could look at, how you could look at it. She doesn't give two damns about her kids. They're just kids. But I think it may be something different. I truly think Jake from State Farm is controlling her. And he's like, you're not allowed. You can't talk to your ex. You here now. You're with me. You're not with him. Yeah, whatever you had back then, that was the mistake. Now you're with us. Now you're with me. You honor me and these kids and our kid, and that's it. Right? That's weird, guys. In my personal opinion, that's weird. Wouldn't you think that's a little weird? Out of nowhere, you're like, wait a second, y'all got married and you had another kid? What? Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? I thought we were supposed to be tight here. We're supposed to be tight. What's going on? What? You should be telling me this. Your kids should know that they got other kin. They got blood out there. They should know. I think that's jacked up, y'all. That's truly jacked up. In my personal opinion, I think that is truly so messed up. Just saying. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe y'all see it a different way. I really don't. I really don't. I just shocking information in my personal opinion. But it also could show full on control. Prisoner in her own home, y'all. Prisoner in her own home. But I got more, guys. Hold on. I'm just pulling this up here really quick. Make sure I got it in the right succession. Okay. So we got some more information here, guys, that we got to look into. Like I said, there's so much that's been going on. And then again, we got to take a lot of this with a grain of salt. We're going into the grain of salt realm. Okay. This is where we start hearing from, news from the streets, from the internet streets, from boots on the ground. Okay. People out here talking about this, covering this, and looking into this. And so I say, this is take it with a grain of salt realm. Okay. I think that's extremely crucial before we venture forward. Okay. But now we are getting allegedly, we are getting comments from Big Five employees. So now we got Big Five employees speaking out and saying a lot of things. Now, remember, let me be real. Okay, first off, TikTok be wilding, y'all. Okay, TikTok be wilding. Okay, but also Facebook wilding too. And we heard the other day some people saying, hey, this guy, Jake from State Farm, should be suspect numero uno. He should be number one, prime suspect number one, because he's a violent guy. This was what a former Walmart employee said, excuse me, about Jake, right? We heard that. We heard about that. But now we're hearing people say things on TikTok. And so a Big Five employee has been writing and saying some things. And they were saying this on this content creator's, this TikToker's account, The Pink Tea. Okay. And so Maddie said, okay, Big Five employee here. She did not have a baby on the day of the alleged taking. I was there. Okay. Excuse me. So, of course, the Pink Tea jumped on that. I would too. So she says, an alleged employee of Big Five, the store Rebecca Haro reportedly, attacked, blah, 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 and her experience of the case things aren't looking good, things aren't looking good, I guess, for little Emmanuel, right? So then they move on. There's another piece. Let me make sure I have the right one. This one right here, I think. So it says here, Big Five worker here. So another person speaks out. Okay, completely different person. Again, take this with a grain of salt. All right. She had the black eye prior to the alleged incident. A manager did her DV duty of care and asked her if she was okay. And she happily said she walked into a wall and had a laugh. Also, no baby was with her. First off, don't we hear that? Haven't we heard that a million times before? The breakdown of every DV story. What happened to your face? What happened to your arm? What's up with that bruising? What's up with that bruising on your face? Oh, I fell down a flight of stairs, or I ran into a wall. She literally is using the stereotypical things that we hear from DV victims, allegedly. And a DV duty of care person was there. Now, you might be wondering, what is this DV duty of care? I looked it up. So in the context of DV, we already know what DV is, violence in home, okay? So in the context of DV, duty of care refers to the legal and ethical obligation of individuals, particularly healthcare professionals, to take reasonable steps to protect individuals from harm when they are aware of or suspect domestic V. Okay? This duty includes screening for DV, maintaining confidentiality, providing support and resources, and in some cases, reporting suspected attacks to authorities. So something happened to the point where she was getting looked at. That's one thing I'm kind of trying to understand. Because again, and the other question is, how would this Big Five worker know about the DV duty of care? That's one part I'm kind of curious about, right? Unless you just heard that through the grapevine. But nonetheless, if that information is true, she turned to that particular professional that was looking into her with the bruising on her face and said, I just walked into a wall. I'm just so clumsy. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, by the way, baby was not with her. Big deal. Very, very big deal. So, of course, the content creator said, thank you so much for speaking out. And then the same person that commented about it earlier commented on this too. And they said, cops didn't want us to speak out, but we told them everyone had to know there's a baby missing and the mother lied. There's more. One more. So then again, wow. So you saw Rebecca before they rang the alarm about Emmanuel. This particular Big Five worker said, yep, we all did. Cops just finished interviewing us all and told us not to share any information to the public. I told them, no way. They have the right to know this woman has lied about having a baby with her when she didn't. Then somebody else said, thank you so much for speaking out. I've been waiting for someone either at the football game or Big Five to say she's a liar. This is crazy, guys. Absolutely knuckin' futs. Like I said, this case is getting thicker than a snicker. And what's even crazier is that now you have people saying that, hey, she was lying. There was no baby with her. She had the black eye way before this baby went missing. Look at all this. All of this. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So it does make you wonder, what was the thought process? What was the full-on thought process for this, for them, for Rebecca and Jake? What was it? How did they come up with this idea? Yeah, so we're gonna go over to Big Five, and this is what we're gonna do. Why Big Five? Why that football game? In fact, you know what? I have another crazy theory. You want to hear it? I'm going to say it anyway because it's my show. It's my show. But I'm going to tell you guys this idea that I have. Okay. What if she was just winging it? What if she was just winging it, y'all? Think about this for a second. Just hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. This is probably the first time they've been out with everybody, right? With everybody. What if they were winging it? What if they went to the football game and they were asking about Emmanuel? And they're like, well, we can't do that. He's in the car. I just need to go get this mouth guard. Right? I need to get this mouth guard for the stepson. Let me just go get that really quick. Okay? Yeah, he's in the car. Yeah, he's in the car. He's still in there. The car's running. I got to go get, it's hot outside. I got to go and get him. Okay? But I'll be right back. And then she drives off, and that's when she's like, Emmanuel. You know what I mean? Maybe what if they were winging it? What if it was a winging it type situation? He's like, okay, so that's the story. Okay, so we're going to roll with that. Uh-huh. Please find my son. Trying to do his best, Kerry Washington, because she's a very ugly crier, If you haven't seen Scandal, then you're missing out, but that's what he's doing, right? You gotta find my son. Just bring him back. That's what he's doing, right? So maybe they were winging it. What if they were winging it? I know that some people don't like that idea, but what if? That's possible too. But then at the same time, how would they know? That's the thing. That's the burning question. How would they know that there weren't any security cameras in that parking lot? Or was that just out of pure luck? You see what I'm saying? Really deceptive, nasty, disturbing luck. I'm not sitting here going, yay, the plan worked out. No. But how would they know? Yeah, I know it's probably premeditated. It probably was premeditated, dated. But at the same time, there's still a part of me that's like, man, what if she just was like, I'm just going to go. You know what I mean? I'm just going to go do it. Because if we don't do it now, we're out here in public with everybody. People are going to start asking questions. We got to do this now. You see what I'm saying? Sandwich just said, "What's up, girl?" They thought there wasn't any cameras. There was a hidden one. A TikToker found it. There was one pointed, but they still have not confirmed. And I think it's on like a jewelry store or something like that, pointed in that direction, but they haven't confirmed whether or not that footage actually is capturing something in that parking lot. But at the same time, I mean, it's no bueno. It's no bueno no matter what. They're going to get found out, guys. Okay? They're going to get found out. Trust and believe. The truth is going to be coming out here any minute now. Okay? We're going to find out real fast exactly the type of monsters these people are. Because I really don't think that this is a situation where it's like, oh yeah, you know, they didn't do anything and this kid was really taken. No, he wasn't just taken. Okay. To have this massive amounts of inconsistencies in your story, like I said, make that make sense, right? You got to come in with nothing but the hits, y'all. You can't just be meandering around trying to figure things out, right? You can't just be like, oh yeah, well yeah, I see that there's inconsistencies in that. It's like, yo, you had the black eye before you even got attacked. So why use the black eye acting like, you see what I'm saying? Acting like you just got that's brand new. The only reason why you did that is because you didn't want to get your mans in trouble. Because if you got your mans in trouble, you would be in trouble. Let's be real. So you wanted to add that as part of your story. That instantly shows foul play. Period. So we got to take a look at a few things, okay? In the tira, I'm sorry. One thing is for sure. Hold on. Let me make sure I have that clip because I do want to share this and watch this with you guys too. I hope I have it. Where the heck is it? Do I have it? Hold on. I got to find it. Because one thing is for sure. We saw a video a couple days ago. It's from in the tira, or FNN. Okay. He even said himself, hey, I've seen footage myself, and you would be surprised what I saw, right? I saw this footage. She got the whole black eye. It's fresh, it's brand new, and it's dated August 3rd. Now, obviously, that is some very interesting information, right? That clearly is something that all of us would be interested in seeing. But he has not put out he hasn't put out the footage. And that's my biggest problem. With all due respect, that's my biggest problem. I think we should all be able to see the footage, right? Right? Hold on. Where the heck? Okay. I found his page. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up the one. The one that everybody was losing their minds over, which I totally understand everyone losing their minds over this video. Okay. But we are going to, whoops. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let me share this with y'all. And yes, P. Kelly. Yeah. This definitely screams Oren and Olsen West as well. Absolutely. Okay. Abso-freaking-lutely. KC, thank you so much for the love and being a member for the past 17 months. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Put an article in Discord of what he did to his first child. Oh, okay. I'll look it up. I'll see if I can find it here real quick. Let me play this for you guys. Of course, this is a video that everybody's been reacting to, and I keep on saying, real talk, this is the moment right now more than ever that if he's got this footage, this needs to get out immediately. He needs to get this footage out right now. But this is in the tira. Sorry. Ahmed, okay, is the host of this channel. And don't get me wrong, he's doing great coverage. I'm not sitting here saying that he's doing bad coverage. I'm not here to try to destroy the man's hustle or anything of that sort. But when you say, I seen it, and I'm about to show it to y'all, where is it then? Where it at? He got two videos we're going to look at. Take a look at this.
Ahmed Belloso from Cabazon, California. You can see investigators are now leaving the chat here at the residence for Emmanuel Haro, who was reported missing on the 14th of August. New developments, and I have video footage. Rebecca, in fact, had that black guy on the 3rd. That black guy that she said she got hit, we have video footage from August 3rd when it was brand new, homie. He had an appointment at a local establishment in San Bernardino, and we will disclose that information further. We are
Okay, so that part is the most important part. I know you guys don't see this, but I just wanted to pull this up, okay? And I'm gonna explain it to you here really quick. He says, we have footage. We have this exclusive footage is about to blow your wig back. We see her in August 3rd with a fresh shiner walking into an establishment because she had an appointment, which of course we're now understanding that it could have been the DV duty of care meeting that she had, and maybe there was security cam footage of her walking in with this fresh shiner on her face at that time, right? Now, here's the thing. Don't get me wrong. It's not like we're all professional journalists or anything of that sort. I mean, a lot of us are shooting from the hip, just, trying to figure things out and trying to do our job and trying to tell the story. And especially given the fact that he lives in the area, or he at least is near the area, he is covering this, which I do appreciate so much. I incredibly appreciate that, because obviously we're getting information and we're getting it a lot faster than what the news is giving out here. The news has been dragging ass when it comes to information about this case. So I appreciate it. But, and it could be him being a novice or new to the whole thing, but when you say we got footage and we got the proof and it's security cam footage and all that stuff, then I go, hey, respectfully, you should be, the next clip in this same video should be that footage. If you really do have it, show it, right? Instantly, I'm like, what the heck, man? Come on. Respectfully, where it be at, right? Now, that's just one part. We don't need to see the whole video. I already reacted to the whole doggone thing, okay, in a pop-up video. But I did want to point that out. It's very bothersome that he did not show the video, okay? But then, here's another one.
Today's episode has been brought to you by the letter W.
Here we go.
The Waterman Discount Mall has entered the chat. The reason why is because the Waterman now ties into the disappearance of little Emmanuel Haro.
Now, he's saying the Waterman discount store in the area is the place that has footage. They're the ones that are saying, hey, we have footage of Rebecca with the shiner on her face. But then, here's the thing. Where is it at then? Where is it at?
Any of the cameras here can be brought back to August 3rd, and you will see Rebecca and Jake come into the Waterman on the 3rd, homie, and she already had that shiner, and it was like this, Holmes.
There. Big deals right there. He says she walked in, it was both, they can rewind the security cam footage all the way back to August 3rd, and you will see Jake and Rebecca walk into this discount store with her rocking a massive shiner on her face on August 3rd. This is what he's saying. But I'm like, hey, where's the proof? Respectfully, where's the proof? Let's continue, though. It's a short video. But he's saying they got it. They're the ones who got it. Now, more importantly, let me just say this too. More importantly, I'm hoping that this store has given the footage to 5-0. That's the most important part. If we don't need to see it, and as long as the proper people have that footage, that's all I give a damn about, right? But at the same time, you say you seen it. Where's at least a screenshot of this bad boy? Like, this is prime information that could blow the lid off of this whole case, or at least expose one piece of information that they're lying about, right? So why not show it, right? But we're not seeing it here, which is frustrating. But let's continue.
Like she had just got a putazo by whoever did it to her. quite possibly did it to little Emmanuel too, homie. I have a constituent who has a business in here who has a video because she did a transaction at the Waterman Discount Mall, homie, on August 3rd. I had a video, her eye like this, homie. But unfortunately, my constituent is in Miami until the 26th on business. So he cannot come back home. But nonetheless, the Waterman has cameras throughout. And so
he can't do anything about that footage until the 26th. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not sitting here saying that I don't believe the guy, but there's a part of me that's like, damn, man, that's crucial information. Fly somebody, tell somebody the info, how to log into your stuff. This is massively important. You can't do anything until the 26th? Stop it, yo. Come on now. Can't do anything until no. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem I feel, right? That's the only issue I have. I'm not sitting here saying that he's lying, but that's a weird thing to have to say. And then now it's like, oh, he can't do anything for 8 whole days? We got a kid missing. You see what I'm saying? We got a kid missing. 8 more days. Today's soon the day is almost over, but I mean, it will be 7 a week until a guy has to go in there and get the footage and show us if this woman is lying or if this woman's telling the truth. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that black eye is old, guys. That black eye is old. It's not old, it's old, okay? The D is so old, the D's been rubbed off, okay? The D on the word old has been rubbed off. It's that old. It's old.
If anybody wanted to get the video from the Waterman of August 3rd, Emmanuel's mother and father were here on the tira, homie. And so I can't get it to the 26th, homie, but that doesn't mean that we ain't doing what we can to bring justice to life for little Emmanuel, homie, on the tira. And now here in San Bernardino, California, homie, get the Waterman discount footage from August 3rd. And it was
now somebody, to me, I think police need to get their butts over there, right? Get a warrant. And I guarantee you somebody's going to be able to get that footage real quick if this information is true. But again, that's the information that he's saying right now. And a lot of people are tuning into what he's saying. So I don't know. We kind of have to take what he says with a grain of salt, I guess. Right? I guess. Take a look at this. So it says a vehicle has pulled up to the Auto home in Cabazon. So far, nobody has gotten out. Deputies came by the home around noon, knocked on the doors and left. This morning, the sheriff's department confirmed a child was taken from home. So now here's the thing. They knocked on the door and nobody was there. So where are they at? Where are they at? Could they have taken off? That's the thing. Has there been any confirmation on anyone laying eyes on Jake and Rebecca? I think that's a question I think we all would like to know, right? Has anyone laid eyes on Jake and Rebecca? Something to think about. Here's another thing I'd like you guys to think about. Think about hitting that like button down below. Hit that reaction button down below, please, as well. That would be really, really appreciated. Okay. Hit the like, and, show some love. I got a little Rosa or high gummies or whatever the heck they are up there. If you don't mind, on TikTok, showing some love. If you appreciate this live, giving you guys this information. Again, please don't forget to follow. All right, please follow. All right, don't forget to subscribe here on my YouTube channel. We're covering this. We're keeping an eye on this. Trust me, there's a lot going on. I'm trying to give you guys as much as I can, even with my very busy schedule. Okay, but are they still there? That's one thing. Has anybody laid eyes on them? Are they still home? Are they even in the area? Right? And that was posted about 5 hours ago. Right? Now, they could be at family members' homes. Okay? Because I have a feeling that they used to do this, and I don't know if they still do this anymore. I really don't know if they still do this. But back in the day, with the Quentin Simon case, with the Gabby Petito case, I mean, there's been a slew of different ones. People have like traveled out to the people's homes and have just been out there demonstrating, protesting in a way, demanding them to just turn themselves in, demanding to tell the public where the kid is, etc. You know what I mean? I feel like we're about to get into a new era of that again. That there are going to be people, there's a lot of YouTubers that used to do that back in the day. They'd pack up and they'd drive or fly all the way over to wherever the situation is and just camp out, literally camp out in the road, outside the home, just giving them hell, right? Now, I don't fully recommend you do that, okay? But at the same, because you got to remember, there's neighbors, it's not only just the people who are in that house, it's all the neighbors that are going through hell as well. They don't get to sleep. They don't get to do anything like that, right? But at the same time, I can see this happening again. If things don't move in a direction that people see fit, that are, that they don't see satisfactory, I feel like people are going to be outside their home, giving them so much a hard time. I just see it. Okay. So yeah, I got questions. I definitely got questions. Let's see. Hold on.
We're covering, I think, the biggest story.
It's a big story. It most definitely is. Let's take a look at this. Johnny Bravo got some news report for us.
Everybody, I'm Garrett Hotto with KSQ News Channel 3. We're covering, I think, the biggest story in California right now in Cabazon. We're just outside the Haro home as the desperate search for missing 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro continues. And we have some new information this morning. We know that investigators were here overnight searching the area. I have reached out to the Sheriff's Department for more information, and we'll keep you updated. We're also learning this morning about a 2018 felony child abuse charge for the father, Jake Mitchell Haro. So that's a new development. I've also asked the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department if they had any cadaver dogs. We have seen that going around on this property last night. I have not received a response. We'll continue to keep you updated on this developing story. Stick with News Channel 3.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's the other thing, too. One of the main concerns I have is that as they're going through the backyard, that backyard is massive. It's nothing but desert. It's nothing but sand and dirt in the back, in his backyard. And on the side of their house, it's just massive nothing. Just dirt, right? So there, it's almost like they have to go comb through the area to see if they see anything like freshly dug, that kind of thing. And if law enforcement used cadaver dogs to do all of that and they combed that area and they found nothing, that means the kid is not there and that this kid has been moved somewhere else. They've had, if this is true about the August 3rd Shiner being seen, okay, that means that they've had well over a week and a half to cover their tracks before anyone noticed that this kid was missing. Real talk. And also, you got to remember how old the other kids are in that home. They're not going to notice much. The parents can lie. You got a 2-year-old, right? Where's Emmanuel? Oh, yeah, he's he's with grandma, or he's, you know, he's on he's taking a little trip or whatever the hell. You know what I mean? There's so many things that you could be saying to a kid and they're going to believe you. Right? And they're not going to remember much because they're kids. They're little babies. But I'm wondering if there's older ones, right? If there's any older ones that have that were at the home that saw anything different. That's the thing. This is why this one's so frustrating. And somebody said in TikTok, on the TikTok chat, it does remind me of Elijah Vu as well. This gives Elijah Vu vibes. This gives so many different vibes, y'all, because there's so much crazy. This is so crazy. And I still can't believe that there are people out here that would do stuff like this. You see what I'm saying? I still don't understand how there are people on this planet that will do this kind of thing. It just doesn't make sense, y'all. It just doesn't. Let's take a look at this.
We're gonna go here and see if there are any cameras pointing in the direction. Brother, you have any cameras facing across the street for the Big Five? Nothing facing that way? Okay, thank you so much. So no cameras facing. There's a raspado store here on the tira. Why are there no cameras? So there's one camera here and there's one camera here.
So, I mean, he's going through stores that are next door or across the street from where the crime allegedly happened. He's trying to see if there's any, if there's any videos or anything like that, any cameras, etc. You know what I mean? And here it is. Like I said, I don't blame, I appreciate this guy's passion, right? And him looking into this stuff, right? And that's what we need, especially when we're trying to get closer to the truth in finding out what exactly happened here, right? He's going to get things wrong. It happens. But at the same time, hopefully he's able to back up what he said with that footage, because that footage would be, man, if he was able to unearth that, that's huge. You got to understand, that's massive, right? But he's going into all these stores and trying to figure out, hey, did they have it? Did they have it? You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see.
Any cameras facing across the street?
Yes.
Do you have cameras?
Yeah, we do.
Do you have video of the day?
Actually, the police already come and get all the information of the videos.
So they took it.
They took it already.
Do you have a copy?
Excuse me?
Do you have a copy?
No, I don't have a copy because I tried to download. When they came here, I tried to download it. But it took me 6 hours because I had to record that.
Oh.
That's what it is. But then I was telling them, if they able to come back and then get their USB, and that's how they.
Did you see the video?
No, I didn't see that.
You didn't see that part?
I didn't see that part because they came by themselves and then
they took it.
They took it and then they get all the information from our.
So there is a video. You know for sure that it is facing that direction.
No, it's not facing all the way that direction.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's asking the guy if there's like a camera facing in that direction, and now we're finding out that it's not fully facing in that direction, but the cops do have the footage no matter what. Okay, regardless, they have the footage. I'm sure they went to every single person's place just to get every single establishment in the surrounding areas that have cameras just even pointing outside, period, and just getting it. Because you never know. She might have, instead of going to Big Five, she may have stopped somewhere for a second before she went into Big Five, right? And then lost her mind, and trying to act this thing out. Again, that she still has a timeline that we need to see, right? That law enforcement needs to see as well, right?
So they just want to see. Okay.
Our camera doesn't reach all the way to the big house. They just reach like maybe half of the street or a little bit over, both directions, east and west, but doesn't reach all the way down there.
So we would see the vehicle, ¿verdad?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, thank you. Say to
Yeah.
your name, sir?
Carlos.
Carlos, muchas gracias from BNC Taco Bar.
BNC Taco Bar and Burger.
Anda, tira. Thank you so much. No camera.
Oh, sorry. I love birrias. I don't know about you guys, but they're like one of my favorite things in the world. Now I'm hungry. Birrias are fire.
On the tira, not here, not there, not at the Big Five, not at the Big Lots, not at the bottom, not at the haunted store across the street. Where are the cameras? 1995 has entered the chat because, geez Louise, homie.
Yeah, you'd think that this area would be like covered with cameras. And we're now, at least he's figuring out and finding out that, yeah, there are no cameras anywhere. And he's like, man, why is it taking so damn? Like, damn, we trying to get the facts, man. We just want the info, and they don't have any cameras, which is not good, because now you think they're going to have cameras now. Why? Because all these criminals are going to see, oh, there's no cameras outside. Oh, say less, bro. Let's go and do some. Let's do a little B&E. You know what I mean? Just so you know, breaking and entering. Okay, that's possible, right? Now that people are going, oh, there's no at that sporting goods store. Well, shoot, might as well go get it. You know, go get some loot, right? That's the thing. I'm thinking the same thing. Yolanda. Cameras in the intersection, right? Were there any cameras in the intersection? That's another thing. And I'm sure police already have those things too. Okay. But again, you know, this guy is definitely doing his due diligence, trying to get as much information as he can. I'm telling you right now, eventually the information that we are, you know, that we're all seeking and trying to get is going to come out. But one thing is for sure. When is there going to be an actual press conference? There has not been a press conference that I know of yet. And I'm like, where they at? Where's the press conference? We need as much transparency and as much updates as we can get right now so that we know that they're hot on these bad people's tails and they're about to expose. I want them to be nervous. I want the Auto family, the couple, to be nervous. I want Jake and Rebecca shaking in the little booties, the lion-ish booties. That's what I want to see. Don't you? And I think that if we see press conferences and they're going, we got updates, or, you know, we're just here to give you guys some transparency so you know what's going on, blah, 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 blah. Here's what's going on, right? That will give them that will scare them, I feel, to the extent where they start making mistakes. That's what I want to see. Oh, here's the other thing too. Oh, let's not forget too, okay? Let's not forget this too, ladies and germs, okay? The number one people that would be begging and demanding a press conference so that we get transparency would be the exact same people that are straight up lying to the public. Think about that. So, of course, we're not going to hear anything as far as a press conference from anyone because the family isn't going out here going, we need transparency. We need transparency right now. Have you noticed that? Remember Riley Strain? May he rest in peace. Remember the Riley Strain case? Young kid, frat boy, got too wasted, went out to Nashville, was kicking it, and then allegedly fell into a river and he lost his life. Remember that story? Okay, we covered that extensively here on the show too. Okay, but here's something that we need to make abundantly clear. The parents were very angry and were demanding press conferences, transparency about the search for their son. As soon as they went onto my platform and onto other platforms as well, demanding this transparency, 5-0 got quick with getting a press conference out and being like, see parents, we're being transparent. See us talking about us doing the search for your son. We care about our citizens, right? That's what they did. Because the parents came out And they started making waves. And then, of course, a bunch of other content creators and reporters, etc., started talking about it too, going, wait a second, where are the press conferences? You're not telling us anything. But here's the thing. It'd be a lot more effective if they were actually telling the truth, the parents. Because I feel like we would have already had a press conference by now as they go on the search looking for Emmanuel Auto. But we're not seeing that now, are we? We ain't seen not one press conference about this situation, at least from what I've seen. And I guarantee you, if Jake and Rebecca are lying, which they are, then they clearly, the last thing they want to have is police out here bringing up their son's name and giving us the public updates on where this kid could possibly be. They don't want that. They don't. So they're not going out to interviews. They're not going and doing conversations with people because they have things to hide. There's other cases that we've seen. Those other cases had better poker faces than these two. These two are crumbling. Law enforcement is going to get them. It's just a matter of time. You know, Evelyn, on YouTube, I hope you're right. By tomorrow, Cali time, something's got to give. I hope you're right. I really do. Okay? I really do. I think also, though, that they need to pin something on Rebecca. Hold on, hear me out. Of course, they're going to pin a lot on Rebecca anyway, because she's allegedly the last one to see him alive, okay? Alive and breathing. But the reason why I think that they really need to pin something on her immediately is because I think she's going to be the first one to crack. She's going to crack, and she's going to start squawking, and she's going to throw Jake way under the bus. Because I truly think that Jake did this to Emmanuel. That's what I truly think. But I think they're going to go towards her because she is the one who said, he's gone, right? And yes, I think she's going to snitch. As soon as they get something on her, whatever it may be, they're going to be like, we're going to get her because she's the last one to see him alive. At least that's what she says. Jake was at the football game, chilling allegedly with his ex-wife, watching their stepson, or watching their son that he made with his ex-wife, watching that son play football. Okay? She's the last one. Rebecca is the last one, at least in the story, is the last one to see this kid alive. So you go after the weakest link. You slap something on her, and she's going to start yapping. Trust. Okay? Give it time. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. When? I don't know. But we're going to keep looking. We're going to keep covering. We're going to keep our eyes and ears on this situation. But they are, man, when I get excited when bad guys fail, when bad guys get caught, I get super excited. And I can't wait when this happens. And when it does happen, this is going to be fire. There will be a celebration. But it's a matter of 5-0 getting them and getting them good. And I think it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Anyway, guys, that is the show. I I appreciate all y'all for being here. It really means a lot. I can't help but urge you guys, if you are watching this and you are in the area, you saw something, please contact your local authorities. Let people know about what's going on. If you know these two and you know that they're lying, speak up. Call local authorities. Bring justice for this young boy. If you know where he is and he's still alive and breathing, which I hope to God we have a happy ending in this situation, please call local authorities. Bring him home, or actually bring him to a safe place. Home is not a safe place for him. That's for sure. But please do me a favor, okay? Before you guys head out, okay? Hit that like button down below. Crush it. Do what it do. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. That'll be greatly appreciated. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to follow here. Follow. I got a video coming out on TikTok here in just a little bit, so be on the lookout. Yeah, your boy's working hard. Got some updates for you guys, so please make sure you're following and make sure you stick around. I got another one coming for you guys here shortly. Okay, subscribe here. Hit that notification bell, please. If you didn't get that notification this time, turn off the notification bell, turn it back on, set it to all, so you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload, okay? Hit that join button down below. Become a member. Please become a member. Support the channel if you can, all right? And, of course, check out PascalMerch.com, all right? Anyway, guys, it is time to get going. Yes, it's time to get some sleep. Much love to you guys. I appreciate you guys for being here. When we get more information, we're going to talk about it. Trust and believe. But it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.